Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Emergency Management Associates, coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. Welcome to Emergency Management Associates, guys. We really appreciate you all being here. First off, some housekeeping. Now YouTube's unsubscribed 8 more people. So everyone, I ask you all to check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed to this program. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Please subscribe, and when you subscribe, there's also something else. There's a little tiny bell icon right next to the subscription button. Click on that bell icon. When you click on that bell icon, there will be a drop-down menu of 3 items right next to it. Okay, click on the word ALL. That should get you notified when we come on the air. We'd really appreciate that so much. I know you would like to be notified when we come on the air, but be advised, YouTube still does not notify everybody. YouTube does not notify everybody at all. They notify who they want to notify, and sometimes they don't notify anyone. As many of you have told me that you were not notified in the past. So please subscribe to this program, get that notification bell clicked so you're notified when we come on the air. 25% of people that watch this program are not subscribed. I ask you all to subscribe to this program. That would give us another 6,000 or 7,000 people here that would watch this program. Why am I asking for that? I'm not in it for subscribers. I'm in it because I want people to get notified when things are happening. I want you all to be notified when something happens in your areas so you'll be prepared. Okay? We talk constantly about earthquakes. We talk constantly about hurricanes, floods, rainfall. We talk about fires, everything. So folks, please subscribe to this program. It's very important. And yes, as Demon Catman just put up in the chat, it is free to subscribe. So please do that. If you want to join our program, you can join our program all as well. Just below this video today, in the top of our program description, you'll see a notification button that says join. You can join this program at any point in time just by clicking that join program. That will get you also the ability to be able to help us keep this channel on the air. To keep this channel on the air, that's important, okay? It costs about, well, actually, let me tell you this. I just got a notification from my internet people, and now I am paying $253 a month. $253 a month to keep this program on the air. It went up from $240. Now it's $253 to keep this program on the air for just 1 month. So please, folks, we'd appreciate any and all help that you can give us. I'm going to pay that bill today, and that's probably going to leave us short for the other bills that we have. But I want you to know that we are doing our best to keep this program on the air. That's utmost priority for us, to keep this program on the air and keep the electricity turned on and other things as well. But folks, we need you to help us out. We can't do it by ourselves anymore. The costs continue going up. And I understand costs go up for you as well. I totally get that. But we need your help. And we'd really appreciate that so much. So God bless you for that. We also have, just below this program today, this video program today, we have our Venmo location, and we have 2 PayPal locations as well. We also have a place where our address is, okay? Our address here in Morganton. It's 104 North Green Street. 104 North Green Street, Box 105. Morganton, North Carolina. Morganton, North Carolina. The zip code here is 28655. We appreciate all of you who will contribute, and we love cards and letters, guys. So please send cards and letters. You can stick a check or money inside your card or letter so nobody sees it. That's been the case for many people that have helped us out before. We appreciate that ever so much. Our friend Laura and her husband John over in Oregon sent us a American Express card with $25 on it. That's very much appreciated as well. I appreciate that. We also got a donation today from Aubrey. We appreciate that as well. Anything that you can do to help us, we appreciate that. Okay? God bless you all for helping us. It means the world to us. Anyway, let's get on with what's going on. Okay? There are earthquakes all over the world. Literally. That's not a joke. Earthquakes literally around the world. Heidi Petrick just gave us another $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Heidi. We appreciate that. God bless you for that. That surely means the world to my wife and I. It helps keep the lights turned on and helps keep this program going. Thank you so much, Heidi. God bless you for that. I just gave you an EMA sticker on your super chat. I'm giving you a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much, Heidi. God bless you for that. Anyway, let's talk about earthquakes, okay? Just south of the Baja, you're seeing a good-sized earthquake, okay? This is a good-sized earthquake. No joke. No cotton-picking joke. It's a good-sized earthquake. Now, this happened just off the coast of Cabo, Jose del Cabo, Mexico. This is a 4.4 moderate earthquake. 4.4 moderate earthquake. This is going to go north as well. All this energy from South America going into Central America, going up into Mexico, gradually makes its way up into the United States, headed north on the San Andreas Fault. Okay? It's the opposite direction from way up in the northern part of California, where the San Andreas Fault meets with the Cascadia subduction zone and the Gorda escarpment at that triple junction. There, that energy travels south, but down here, that energy travels north. Okay? So that's what's going on here. Over in the Cascadia subduction zone, in the lower south part of the Cascadia subduction zone, we have a 2.7 minor earthquake that happened last night. 2.7 minor earthquake last night over here off the coast of Ferndale, California. Just about 64 kilometers west of Ferndale, California. Okay? That's on, and actually it's at the triple junction where those three earthquake faults meet. Okay? So that's going on. I want to take you down to the South Pacific now. Okay? This is south of Pangai Tonga. South of Pangai Tonga. This is a 4.8 moderate earthquake. This came out as a 5.0, and they downgraded this cotton picker to a 4.8. They often do that. Further southwest of here, in the Fiji region, we have a 4.4 earthquake. This is a fairly deep earthquake. The one off of Pangai Tonga is a very shallow earthquake, 10 kilometers deep, 6.2 miles deep. This is 549 kilometers deep. Okay? This is going to regenerate or propagate a larger earthquake. Okay? It's going to regenerate or propagate at least a 5.0, 5.1 earthquake from this 4.4. This 4.4 earthquake propagating a 5.0, 5.1 earthquake, what is it going to do? That earthquake is probably going to go north into the northern part of Fiji or over into Tonga. It can also go west over here into Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands, or over into Papua New Guinea. We've seen that happen before as well. It can also go south into New Zealand. South into New Zealand. Now, New Zealand had an earthquake there today. Okay, it's sad that USBS does not want to show what is going on. That's a very sad state of affairs. USBS constantly downgrades earthquakes, constantly does not want us to show what is going on. But I'm going to show you that right now. Okay? It's sad that they would not even show what has happened here. Okay? So let's go down into New Zealand. Over in the Kermadec Islands, we have a 3.79 earthquake. The Kermadec Islands, we have a 3.79 earthquake. That is significant. Let me show you this earthquake here. Down here in the Kermadec Islands. The Kermadec Islands are north of New Zealand. This one in particular is northeast of New Zealand. It's on that great big fault line coming out of Tonga. Okay? The EMSC has already taken the Tonga earthquake down. Okay? Let's go further into New Zealand and see what's happened here. Okay? Just north of the Bay of Plenty, we have a 2.53 earthquake here. 2.53 earthquake. South of there, we have a 2.8. Okay? South of there, in the Bay of Plenty, we have a 2.24 earthquake there. Okay? We go over to the volcano. Those of you that don't realize what's going on over in New Zealand need to have a wake-up call. There is a super volcano there. There is a super volcano over in New Zealand on the North Island. Okay? Right smack dab in the middle of that volcano, we had a 3.18 earthquake. A 3.1 earthquake right in the middle of Topo Volcano. Topo Volcano is alive and well. That is a super volcano. Now, just to the east here, we have a 2.74 earthquake there. To the west of the volcano, we have a 3.2 earthquake. So Topo Volcano is alive and well. Okay? We don't often get to see these earthquakes hitting Topo Volcano, but we do now. South of Rapahu Volcano. South of Rapahu Volcano, we have a 2.26 earthquake here. 2.26 earthquake south of Rapahu Volcano. Rapahu Volcano erupted about 7 years ago. South of, again, from Rapahu Volcano, we have another 2.85 earthquake. 2.85 earthquake there. Okay? Now let's keep going. Let's go over to the South Island. The South Island has two earthquakes north of Christchurch. Two earthquakes north of Christchurch. This is a 2.79 earthquake. Right in the Cook Strait here. Just barely off the coast of Christchurch, New Zealand. Now, just outside of Christchurch, Marlborough Ward, New Zealand, we have a 2.39 earthquake there. Now, we don't often show earthquakes here in New Zealand, but because we haven't done it in the past, I'm doing it now. I want to show you what's going on, because USBS is not doing it. Southland, New Zealand. This is a national park in New Zealand. There's a 2.72 earthquake here. 2.72 earthquake here. This is the edge of the plate. This is the edge of the plate. Where this earthquake is right on a fault zone. That same fault zone where you see the earthquake over in the Kermadec Islands here, where you see the Kermadec Islands here, that earthquake fault goes to the south side of the North Island, then it comes down here to the South Island here, and it goes down here, all the way down here into South Park National Park over in New Zealand. That's where that earthquake is. Okay? I want to show you that, because nobody else will. That's a sad state of affairs. Now, over in New Zealand, we have earthquakes. Let there never be another thing said that you guys never see earthquakes there. I just showed you those earthquakes. Those earthquakes are there every day. Regardless of what USGS does, those earthquakes are always there. They have anywhere from, let's see how many earthquakes there today. There's anywhere from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 earthquakes there in New Zealand. Anywhere between 14 to 25 earthquakes in New Zealand every day. Okay? Let it be said there. Over into Indonesia. USBS is not showing any earthquakes in Indonesia at all. Oh, doggone them. Man, I can't stand this agency. They just shut down my satellite feed to their earthquake link. Let me bring that back up so you can see it. Okay. Let's go over there to Indonesia. They're actually showing 2 earthquakes here in Indonesia. How about that? But guess what? Look at all the earthquakes in New Zealand. Or not in New Zealand, Indonesia. Let me turn on my camera here. I want to show you all the earthquakes in Indonesia. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Anywhere between 15 to 30 earthquakes every day in Indonesia. Now, with all these earthquakes that are here, I want to tell you this. We're going to talk about some volcanoes. And yes, we have about 6 volcanoes over in Indonesia today that are erupting. We're going to talk about volcanoes next. But Semeru volcano over here on Sumatra. 3.3 earthquake there. 3.3 earthquake over in southern Sumatra. Over in Java, Indonesia, we have a 3.7 earthquake here. 3.7 earthquake there. Over in eastern Java, we have a 3.6 earthquake there. Okay? Then we go over into Halmahera, Indonesia. Sulawesi, Indonesia. This is a 2.8 earthquake. Right next to it is another 2.8 earthquake. Twin earthquakes. Before 3 years ago, we never saw a twin earthquake. Now we're seeing twin earthquakes all the time. Okay? Northern Indonesia. Minahas, Indonesia, we have a 2.5 earthquake there. Okay? Then we go over here to Luwak, Indonesia. We have a volcano over here. Luotozi volcano, we're going to talk about that, and it erupted today as well. Here we have a 4.3 earthquake here. Okay? East of there, Kepulauan Sula, Indonesia. We have another 4.4 moderate earthquake there. East of there, we're in the Seram Sea of Indonesia. Seram, Indonesia, we have a 3.4 earthquake there. Then we go over here into Papua, Indonesia. We have a 3.2 earthquake there. Okay? So USGS doesn't want to show us this. Okay, don't do it, because we will. Now, let's go over to the Philippines. The Philippines just got through weathering a hurricane, a tropical cyclone. Now there are 2 earthquakes just south of Mindanao, Philippines. This is a 4.8 moderate earthquake here, 9.8 kilometers deep, basically 6 miles deep. This is a 4.6 near Ponta Gaitan, Philippines. This is 68 kilometers deep. 68 kilometers deep. North of there, North of there, over in the central Philippines. USGS is not showing any earthquakes there, but there are. This is Game, Philippines. This is a 4.2 earthquake. 4.2 moderate earthquake there. Okay? Then we go over into, well, just south of Luzon, Philippines here. We have a 3.6 earthquake here, and over off the west coast of Luzon, Philippines, we have a 3.0. Now you notice the island north of there, Taiwan. Usually Taiwan, about every other day, has a 5.0 earthquake. We're not showing any earthquakes here in Taiwan at all. Why? Why are they not showing any earthquakes in Taiwan? The reason is this. Just about 8 months ago, we had an 8.4 earthquake over here. An 8.4 earthquake just off the northeast coast of Taiwan. As a result of that 8.4 earthquake, we are going to see earthquakes all around Taiwan in the future, all the time. Yesterday we showed a 5.0 earthquake here. It's going to continue. As long as that energy has been there and the land continues to try to go back to where it was, there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be earthquakes hitting here. It's going to happen. We may even see stronger earthquakes than that. We've seen that happen before. Also over here in Japan, they're not showing any earthquakes at all. Why not? Inquiring minds want to know. Off the coast of Japan here, southeast of Japan in the Izu Islands, we have a 4.6 earthquake here. A 4.6 earthquake. It's on the fault zone, the Mariana Island fault zone, the Mariana Trench. Okay? Just northwest of there, also in the Izu Islands, we have a 4.1. USGS is not reporting this. They're also not reporting two other earthquakes off of Honshu, Japan. Ibaraki Prefecture, a 3.4 earthquake there, just off the coast of Honshu, Japan. Further north, there are two more earthquakes. One is a 3.5, and the other is also a 3.5 earthquake. And again, USGS is not showing any of those earthquakes. None. None. Why not? Because they're too darn lazy to do it. They don't want to report earthquakes at all. They don't. If they did, they'd do it. If the United States Geological Survey wanted to report these, they very easily could. They're just not doing it. Now, let's go over from Sumatra, where we showed you those earthquakes over here in Indonesia. Northwest of Sumatra, we come up here to Burma. Burma, right up here, going up towards India. Okay? There's a 1.6 earthquake there. 1.6 tremor. Then we go north over into China. Actually, not. Let's go before China. Let's go over to the border region of India and China, Tibet. This is a 3.9 earthquake over in Tibet today. Okay? Then we go north into China. This is a 4.0. 4.0. Why are we getting those? Why are we getting them? See this fault zone right here? This fault zone right here, right there comes out of Indonesia. This fault zone over here is in the mountains here. It's the edge of the craton. The Himalaya mountains here is the edge of the craton. That's why we're seeing earthquakes here. And we go over further west over here. You're going to see further earthquakes here. Let's show them to you right now. Okay? Let's go over into Kunagam, Kashmir, near India. This is a 3.3 earthquake here. That's a 3.3 earthquake. Right next to it to the west here, Afghanistan. Here we have 3 earthquakes in Afghanistan. One is a 3.9, one is a 3.7, and one is a 3.8. 3.9, 3.8, and 3.7 earthquakes in Afghanistan. That energy coming out of the Himalaya mountains over here into Afghanistan, into the mountains of Afghanistan. Okay? North of there, also further up the craton, further up the edge of the plate, we have another earthquake here. Oh darn it, it's not showing you the size of the earthquake. That earthquake is a moderate 4.3 earthquake. This is in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, Russia. Okay? Earthquake there. Then we have no earthquake showing in Iran. No earthquake showing in Iran at all, right there. Nothing over here in Iran, nothing here in Sudan, in the parts of Africa here. But we go over into eastern Turkey at the Syria border region. What do we have here? Again, we have earthquakes here. Why? Why are we seeing earthquakes over here in the border region of Syria and Turkey? Because, folks, last year, February 3rd last year, we had a major earthquake here. A 9.0, 10.0 earthquake that killed over 5,000 people and injured over 5,000 more. We are getting earthquakes here, aftershocks. These aftershocks are going to be hitting here for years. These aftershocks are going to hit here for years. Most of these aftershocks are 1.2s, 1.7s, 2.8s, and 3.5 earthquakes all throughout this area. Okay? The ground is trying to get back to where it was before. Here we have, I want to say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 earthquakes here. 12 earthquakes here in that border region. Then we go down to Cyprus. Cyprus, we had a 5.0 earthquake down here in Cyprus. USGS batted this earthquake around and it came out to result as a 4.9, but this was at one time a 5.1 earthquake here in Cyprus. Now we come over here to western Turkey here. See all these earthquakes here? These are also 1s, 2s, and 3 earthquakes. Magnitude earthquakes, okay? I'm just going to read off some of these earthquakes. I'm not going to show all of them. 2.5, 1.5, 1.9, 2.0, 1.3, 1.1. Okay? Most of these are 1.0s to 2.4 earthquakes. Western Turkey. Now, down here, we also have some earthquakes in the islands just west of Turkey. These islands west of Turkey belong to Greece. These belong to Greece. They're called the Dokanese Islands here. Down here in the South Dokanese Islands, we have a 2.0 earthquake, minor earthquake. Further north, also in the Dokanese Islands, we have a 1.5. Further north over here, we have another 1.0. Okay? Greece. Over in Greece, it's unreal. Look at these earthquakes over in mainland Greece. Literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. Southern Greece, 2.2. Let's go over to the Aegean Sea here. 0.7. 2.3 over here in western Greece. Western Greece, right over here on the west side of the Aegean Sea. So yes, we have some 1s, we have some 2s, and I believe, I'm not mistaken, We may even have a 3 here. I'm looking right now to see if we have that 3 here. 2.8. 2.8 here. Now notice that earthquake north of Greece here. Let's go up and take a look at that. This is Serbia. This is a 2.4 minor earthquake up in Serbia. Right there. 2.4 earthquake in Serbia. There's one north of that. Okay, this is Romania. This is a 3.1 earthquake in Romania. Again, look where it's at. It's on the craton. Notice that huge mountainous region here? It's on the craton here. Another minor earthquake in Romania today. Yes, we have people from Romania that watch this program. We appreciate all of you here, and if you're here from Romania, please let us know. We'd appreciate knowing who you are and where you're from. Okay? That is in Brasti, Romania. We go over to Croatia, Slovenia region. Here's a 1.2 earthquake in Slovenia area. Over in central Italy, look at the earthquakes in central Italy still. 20 plus earthquakes over here in central Italy. Southern Italy has also had an earthquake. Basilicata, Italy. This is a 1.2 tremor. 1.2 tremor. Yes, we have earthquakes over here on the other side of the mountains here in the Alps. Let's look at see what they are. Switzerland, a 1.5, 0.9, and over here a 1.1. So those are a series of ones over here in Switzerland. Okay. Now let's go over to the border region of France and Spain. There are no other earthquakes in Spain or France today, but the border region of France and Spain, we have a 1.7 tremor. That's pretty typical. Tremors and minor earthquakes, 2.0 to 2.8 here in the border region of Spain and France. That's very typical for this area. We come over here to Spain, we have no earthquakes at all in Spain. That's very unusual because we usually have some earthquakes in southern Spain. Today we don't. Okay? We have no earthquakes over here in the Canary Islands either. Usually we have some tremors and minor earthquakes in the Canary Islands, and we don't show any there. Over in England, we're not seeing any earthquakes here in England, but Scandinavia, good old Scandinavia. Let's go over to southern Norway. 1.0 in Beacon, 1.4 in Telemark, Norway. 1.1 and 1.4 in Beacon, Norway, and Telemark, Norway. Let's go over to southern Sweden. This is in the Västra Jutlands region of Sweden. This is a 1.6 tremor there. Like I said, when I lived there, we never saw earthquakes here. Now, as of about a year ago, we've been seeing earthquakes here in Sweden, Norway, and Finland. Unreal. Now, I want to show you up here in Iceland. Iceland has been having earthquakes, a lot of earthquakes. Now, they are not going to show you everything today. The EMSC is not showing much of anything here. But notice where these earthquakes here are. This is the Bardarbunda volcano. This is a huge glacier here in Iceland. Underneath the glacier is the Bardarbunda volcano. Now, what do you need to know about this? Years ago, and it hasn't been that many years ago, but years ago, that volcano erupted. And when that volcano erupted, it closed down air traffic all over Europe. Literally all over Europe. Now, I want to show you something before we go any further. So let's take down this USGS map here. Just a second, I've got it right here. Over here in Iceland, we've had some earthquakes. We had a 5.0 earthquake over here. And I don't know why it's not showing up in my file here. Let me double check this, because I can bring it up really quickly. I thought I already had this earthquake in my database here, but apparently I don't. Okay. Well, this is weird. I do now. I've got it now. Right there. Okay. This first came out as a 3.6 earthquake. Okay? That's what I want to show you. This first came out as a 3.6 earthquake. It's amazing what we find here. It came out as a 3.6 earthquake, and they immediately started increasing the magnitude of this earthquake. They increased it up to 5.0 earthquake. First it was 3.6, then a 4.4, then a 4.6, a 4.7, a 4.8, a 4.9, and then a 5.0. That's almost impossible. This is almost a full magnitude increase in seismicity, strength of the earthquake. Bardabunga volcano here. It's not the only earthquakes that are here. There are a bunch of earthquakes here. Now, let's go back to the USGS map here. I'll take down my webcam here, but I want to show you what exactly is going on here in Iceland. Okay, this is that earthquake that they said they had, okay? It's a 5.0 earthquake right here. A 5.0 earthquake. This is just, they say this is west-northwest of Hoofen Island. This is actually not west-northwest, it's east of Hoofen Iceland. Hoofen Iceland. O with two dots, F in Iceland. Okay? The Bardabunga volcano. It's not the only earthquake that has happened. Okay? I don't know why USGS is not showing everything. I have a feeling I know, but that's another story. Let me show you the other earthquakes here in Iceland. Okay? 4 earthquakes over here near the Bardabunga volcano. Now, this may not be seismic activity. This may not be seismic activity here. But I'm going to show you that we have the earthquake fault here. The earthquake fault here. Yes, we have the earthquake fault. This is the Mid-Atlantic fault. The Mid-Atlantic fault here, guys. Mid-Atlantic fault is tearing the Atlantic plate apart. Mid-Atlantic fault is expanding the plate, and it goes right down the middle of Iceland, meaning at some point in time, the Mid-Atlantic plate is going to cut Iceland in half. We have 3 earthquakes here. Or 4 earthquakes here. Let's take a look. Here we have a 3.6 aftershock. 3.6 aftershock. We have a 2.4 earthquake here. 2.4 there. Right next to it we have a 2.3. Pretty typical. Side-by-side earthquakes. Over here we have a 2.1. Okay? We had a 5.5 and the EMSC has taken it down, as well as the USGS only showing that one 5.0. These are aftershocks of that 5.0 large earthquake. Unreal. You guys are talking about ads. Yes, during this political season, for some reason, YouTube keeps putting up ads, nailing all of us with ads. They didn't used to do that. Now they're nailing us so YouTube gets paid. Nova Scotia, Richard Smith is talking about Nova Scotia getting hit with energy from Iceland. That's possibly right. That's possibly right. But anyway, over here further to the south, there's another ice sheet here, another glacier. Let's take a look at what's going on there. Here we have a 2.6 earthquake here. 2.6 on the central part of that, and this is a 2.5 earthquake here. Now there's another volcano here. There's another volcano and it could erupt. But these are 2 earthquakes that are minor earthquakes. Out to the west here, Basar, Iceland. Basar, Iceland. Here's a 2.5 earthquake here. Okay? Now, down here in the Reykjanes Peninsula, we still have volcanoes going on. We still have a fissure eruption here, right over here. Now, Grindavik is right here. There is a town of Grindavik right here. Okay? The volcano is further north up here. That volcano is not going to come, the lava is not going to come anywhere close to Grindavik this time, further north. But the lava fountaining has, like I said before, the lava fountaining has turned these fissures into craters. The lava fountain is turning these fissures into craters, so we have new craters here. I will report more tomorrow on these craters. But I wanted to tell you that the eruption continues here in Iceland. No homes or anybody are in any danger here. And again, I want to tell you this. The Icelandic authorities want us to tell people to stay away from the volcano. To stay completely away from the eruption. The lava's still hot. Don't go near it, you'll get burned. They've had a couple people they have had to haul out of there because they got too close to the lava. And some people got, what do they call it, burns from the atmosphere. Because there's heat there along the ground level, and the heat from the lava is elevated over into the atmosphere, and they got burned anyway. So stay away from the volcano completely. Yes, they have helicopter flights and drone flights where they're showing the volcano erupting. So you don't have to go there and watch it yourself. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Demon Catman says some ads cover the chat, others are all live, all buffer and disturb the stream. Yes, they're doing that. Unfortunately, they're doing that. They have no... I don't think they have ethics. I don't think YouTube has any ethics. Now, there is rumor that Elon Musk is going to buy YouTube. I hope he does. But then the Democrats are all saying, oh, YouTube will then be a monopoly, so we can't allow Elon Musk to do that. Elon Musk would calm down what is going on with YouTube. Okay? I hope they do. Now, Renee Steppens is here. I appreciate Renee being here. Renee is a dear friend of ours. I'm glad she's healing, okay? She put up a blurb on Facebook. Saying that she's healing, but she's still in a lot of pain. She actually apparently was able to stand up today, and we're very grateful for that. Very, very grateful. Richard Smith is talking about a 5.1 earthquake over in Luzon, Philippines. Good old Luzon, Philippines. Let's go over to Luzon, Philippines right now. I'll show you that earthquake here. This one is off the southeast coast of Luzon, Philippines. This is actually a 5.1 earthquake. A 5.1 earthquake just southeast of Luzon, Philippines there. It's another large earthquake. Now, I want to talk about volcanoes. It's been some time since we talked about volcanoes, and I'm going to bring up the USGS map so we can talk about these volcanoes. The volcanoes are alive and well. Again, this is Iceland here. Iceland. This particular volcano is not erupting, but one of the companion volcanoes is, like I said, okay, that volcano is over here in the northern part of Reykjanes Peninsula. Okay, that volcano is going on. I want now to go over to Kamchatka, Russia. I want to go over here to the northwestern Pacific Ocean. Okay, yes, we have an earthquake off of Kamchatka, Russia here. This is a 4.7 moderate earthquake. This is 35 kilometers deep. But we have two other volcanoes that are erupting. Krimsky volcano is right here. Krimsky volcano is right there. To the north, we have Shiveluch volcano. Shiveluch volcano has been, Krimsky and Shiveluch volcano has been erupting for quite some time now. But they're erupting in all their force. I promise you, that's what's happening. It's incredible what we're seeing here in the Kamchatka area. Krimsky volcano rose up to 9,000 feet high, 2,700 meters high. Flight level 090. Shiveluch volcano, the latest eruptive episode was detected through satellite imagery. There's a 300-year-old Ros lava dome. It's a dome up inside the summit of the volcano. It has erupted, and it's continuing to erupt, okay? What it's doing right now, it's not physically throwing lava down the side of the volcano. It did that this past week. Right now, the lava is at the top of the volcano. The satellite photography shows the presence of new hot lava made up of viscous, gas-laden explosive magma. The eruptive explosive phase had commenced on September 1st on Sunday. Copious gray ash emissions are spewing from the 300-year-old lava dome. The ash plume has been dissipating about 65 kilometers to the east of the volcano. Okay? So Kamchatka is having two volcanoes, Shiveluch and Krimsky volcano. To the south there, let me bring up this next volcano over here in the Kuril Islands here. I want you to see this. Over here in the Kuril Islands, we have Ebeko volcano. Ebeko volcano has been erupting off and on for years now. I first started reporting on Ebeko volcano probably 4 or 5 years ago. Ebeko volcano, Ebeko volcano, in the Kuril Islands. It's on Paramushir Island. It erupted up to 10,000 feet high. A 10,000-foot eruption. South of that, there was another eruption from a little-known volcano also there. Okay, a 7,000-foot eruption there. Down in Japan, good old Japan. Let's pull up this map of Japan here on the USGS map. Okay, that is Hokkaido. These other earthquakes are in mainland Japan right here, either in Honshu or down in Kyushu, Japan. Here we've had some earthquakes and volcanic activity. Suwannee-Zajima volcano south of mainland Japan erupted. The eruption went up to 7,000 feet high. 7,000 feet high volcanic eruption, and Suwannee-Zajima is over here. Right there. Suwannee-Zajima volcano is right there. Okay, it erupted over 7,000 feet high today. Now, let's go over to Halmahera, Indonesia. Okay? Right here is Halmahera, Indonesia. We have several volcanoes. Mount Ibu is down here. Mount Ibu erupted today as well. Okay? Mount Ibu went up to 8,000 feet high, 2,400 meters high. Flight level 080. Also over in the Flores Island region of Indonesia, Luotobi volcano. Luotobi volcano also here, an 8,000 foot eruption. And while we're here, Dukono volcano also here in Halmahera, Indonesia, erupted up to 7,000 feet high. 7,000 foot high eruption at Dukono volcano here. Let's go over here to Semeru volcano here. Okay? Semeru volcano in Indonesia erupted up to 1,500 feet high. I'm sorry, not 1,500. 15,000 feet high. Flight level 150. A 15,000 foot eruption out of Semeru volcano today. Now let's go over to New Zealand. Okay? Those of you that know New Zealand know that there is a volcano over here in the Catcher's Mitt here in the Bay of Plenty. We've talked about this volcano in the past. It has erupted today. This is the White Island volcano over here in the Catcher's Mitt here of New Zealand. This volcano was a low-level eruption, meaning all that people saw here, they did some flights over the island, off to the side of the island. They saw red hot lava in the dome of the volcano. A low-level eruption. Okay? New Zealand. White Island volcano. White Island volcano has been erupting off and on for now 3 years. Just about 3 years here. Now I want to go north and east. I want to go north and east here. This time I'm going over to southeastern Mexico. Southeastern Mexico. Popocatépetl volcano here. Okay? Popocatépetl volcano has been erupting for years now. Today it had a 20,000 foot eruption. 6,100 feet high. I'm sorry, not 100 feet. 6,100 meters high. 20,000 feet high. Flight level 200. We go south into Guatemala. We go south over here into Guatemala. We have two volcanoes. Actually, we have 3 volcanoes here, but only 2 are erupting right now. First, we have Fuego volcano. Fuego volcano has been erupting for quite some time. Fuego volcano erupted up to 15,000 feet high. Flight level 150. 4,600 meters high. Santiguito volcano further inland, further to the east, has erupted. An extrusive explosive eruption of the volcano continues. A visible nighttime glow and abundant, near constant emissions of gas and water vapor. It's called degassing. It's called degassing, guys. So, Santiguito volcano has been degassing. The volcano itself has been pushing up water vapor and ash. The continuing rise of viscous magma down beneath the plug of the volcano is causing earthquakes here to happen. Viscous magma accumulating in the Caliente lava dome. Piling lava material makes the dome particularly prone to collapse. Sorry about that. With the new lava coming up here, the lava dome is prone to collapse, which in turn, it develops into rolling hot, weak to moderate avalanches. Avalanches of fresh lava. Incandescent lava dome blocks are thrown up into the air and go down the side of the volcano into the steep ravines. So Santiguito volcano is also throwing lava blocks into the air, and those lava blocks, red hot, coming right out of the crater, roll down the side of the volcano, causing some fires. Santiguito volcano. Okay? Now, let's go over into South America. Good old South America here. We go over here into southern Colombia. We go over here into southern Colombia, guys. Guess what? Nevado del Ruiz volcano. Nevado del Ruiz volcano. Explosive activity continues here. There was a volcanic ash plume that rose up to 24,000 feet high. 24,000 foot ash plume. 7,300 meters high. Flight level 240. We go further south into Ecuador. Further south over here in Ecuador, we have several volcanoes here. Only two of them are erupting right now. Two of the most famous volcanoes are Sangay and Reventador volcano. Today they did not erupt, but yesterday they did. The volcanic ash plume appeared over Sangay volcano up to 23,000 feet high. 7,000 meters high, flight level 230 yesterday. Also, just over there, right next to it, there are twin volcanoes. Reventador volcano over here also erupted up to 15,000 feet high. 4,600 meters high. Flight level 150. Now, quite honestly, we've seen Reventador volcano erupt up to 24 to 36,000 feet high. So this is a very mild eruption out of Reventador volcano. Now let's go over into southern Peru. I just love these volcanoes, guys. I really do. I get the kick out of them. Southern Peru is having earthquakes here. They're also not shown here at all. At all. It's quite unfortunate they're not being shown here. There's three volcanoes here. One is called Sabancaya volcano here. Sabancaya volcano has been erupting for years. Today, the eruption was up to 22,000 feet high. 6,700 meters high. Flight level 220. Unreal. Unreal. Do you have any questions about anything going on now? Does anybody have any questions about volcanoes or earthquakes that are happening? I want to make sure we answer all your questions here. Juby Joe says he just got a cable bill for over $400. Almost fell off his chair. My bill was only $253 for internet. $253 for internet. He says he's going to keep his internet and lose the TV boxes. $132 a month for a gig. I'm paying $253 for a gig. That's pretty bad. Catherine Sigerson says, wow, Juby Joes, I let my Wi-Fi and cable go and have lots of data. That's great. That's great. They're not showing much of any earthquakes over here in Chile, but there are. There are 23 earthquakes here in Chile. Most of those earthquakes are over here in northern Chile up here. Antofagasta, Chile here. That's where probably 80% of the earthquakes are. Now they are showing one earthquake off the southwestern coast of Chile. Okay? This is a large 5.3 earthquake. Puerto Chacabuco, Chile. Puerto Chacabuco, Chile. A 5.3 large earthquake here. Yeah, Juby Joe, it's not good. I am probably going to see what I can do to have them reduce it. I think it's ridiculous to have that high. And that's just the internet. That's just the cotton picking internet. It's stupid. Now, I want to show these up in the northern part of Washington and southern Canada here. This is Glacier Peak, Washington. Glacier Peak, Washington. Over here on the north side of Glacier Peak, we had a 1.6 tremor. Now, tomorrow I'm going to show you more than that. I'm going to show you the seismograms coming from the volcanoes. This is just a 1.6 tremor. There's a lot more going on at Glacier Peak than that. We go up here to the north. This is an explosion apparently in Canada. Let's zoom in here and see what happened here. USGS is reporting an explosion here. It's not. It's not. This is in a forested area. Unless this is a spontaneous combustus carnivorous exploding tree. 1.3 tremor up here in southern Canada. Yes, they have some quarries up here further to the north, but this tremor is further south. There's no quarries anywhere near it. So again, USGS bites you. USGS, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for calling this a quarry blast, or even an explosion. Now we come over here. Again, this is Glacier Peak, Washington, a volcano. Let's go further south here. They're not showing anything in Mount Rainier, but we know darn well there's earthquakes at Mount Rainier because, why? There is magma coming up into that edifice. Mount Rainier is a very active volcano. For USGS to say there's nothing going on, they've got screw looses, a bunch of screws loose. Over here, Mossy Rock, Washington, a 0.5 microquake here. We go over here to Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are getting ready to erupt, and for USGS not to be showing anything there is a crying shame. Over here at Mount St. Helens, north of the volcano, they are saying this is a 0.3 microquake. At the summit of Mount St. Helens, we're showing 3 earthquakes, which is a joke. This is a minus 0.1. This is nearly a mile deep. They're saying this is a surface quake. It's not. It's not. This is nearly a mile deep inside the volcano. Just on the north side of the rim of the volcano, they're also showing a minus 0.1 microquake, which is a joke. Because in this case, this earthquake is over 2.5 miles deep. 2.5 miles deep. These minus quakes are supposed to be above sea level. 2 miles deep does not even equate to being above sea level. This earthquake right here on the western side of the rim of the volcano is also supposed to be a surface quake, 0.0 magnitude. This, folks, is 3 miles deep. Actually, if you want to be truthful, 3.5 miles deep. 7 kilometers deep. 3.5 miles deep. What a joke USGS is. Okay, that volcano is getting ready to go. Over here to the east is Mount Adams. They're not showing anything. They almost never do. Further to the south, they're also having here Mount Hood. They're not showing any earthquakes here. This is a joke. This is an absolute joke. Newberry volcano, nothing. Three Sisters complex here, nothing. Further to the south here, Lapine, Oregon. This is 0.2 microquake. 6 kilometers deep. 3 miles deep. What a joke. What a joke. Further over here in Nevada, Dehio, Nevada. This is a 2.0 earthquake. 2.0 earthquake. I want to come over here. This is the Walker Lane Fault. Walker Lake, Nevada. This is a 1.3 tremor here. This is a 1.3 tremor here. And this is a 1.8 tremor here. Walker Lane Fault. Walker Lane Fault. I want to come further south here. This is Mina, Tonopah, Nevada. Mina, Tonopah, Nevada. This is the Adobe Hills Monte Cristo Volcanic Range. The Adobe Hills Monte Cristo Volcanic Range. Further south here, this is a 1.6 tremor. This is a 1.6. This is a 1.9 2.0 earthquake. It's not the only one here. See this swarm of earthquakes here? It's a volcanic range, guys. 1.6, 1.4, 0.6. This is a 3.1. This is Goldfield, Nevada, but it's a volcanic range. You can see the craters here. It's a huge volcanic range, guys. Earthquakes here in Nevada. Okay? The Tonopah, Mina, Nevada area is the Monte Cristo Adobe Hills volcanic range. Okay? That's what's going on here. Let's go further south here. I want to show you this. This is Beatty, Nevada. Beatty, Nevada is a volcanic range as well. Further south here, I'm going to have to enlarge this to be able to pull this out. It's not letting me do that. This is Indian Springs, Nevada here. This is a minus 0.5 microquake. But again, it's not minus at all. This is 5 kilometers deep here. 5 kilometers deep. That is not a surface level quake, nor is it above sea level. Okay? 5 kilometers deep is 2.5 miles deep. Okay? Just to the north of that quake, this is at 0.1. Also in Beatty, Nevada. Over here to the southeast, also in Indian Springs here, this is a 0.5, 9.4 kilometers deep, and this right next to it is a supposedly a minus 0.1 tremor. It is 10 kilometers deep, 6 miles deep, 6.2 miles deep, and they're calling this above sea level. Again, what kind of imagination does USGS think they have? They're not even being honest with anybody. Not at all. Now I want to call to your attention earthquakes up here on this earthquake fault here, the Hayward Fault. Up here to the central east part of the San Francisco Bay area, this is Black Hawk, California, on the Hayward Fault. This is a 1.6 tremor here and a 1.8 here. We go further south. Over here, this is closer to the Calaveras Fault here, Los Banos, California. This is a 2.1 earthquake just southeast of Monterey Bay. We continue going south here. This is Coalinga, California. This is a 2.1 earthquake here. Further south over here, Grapevine, California. Grapevine, California is still rocking and rolling. Grapevine, California is still rocking and rolling. This is a 2.1 earthquake here, and also here is a 1.3. Grapevine is still rocking and rolling here. Off the coast, Isla Vista, California. 14 kilometers west of Isla Vista, California here, in the ocean here, we have a 1.4 tremor here. 1.4 tremor. We go down towards Los Angeles here. Granada Hills. I spend a lot of time in Granada Hills. I have friends there. There's a 1.1 tremor here. Further south here in Los Angeles. This is 2 miles, 4 kilometers east-southeast, east-northeast, of Los Angeles. A 1.6 tremor here. 1.6 tremor. And a 1.1 South Pasadena. What does this tell you? The Pasadena area is still rocking. These are just tremors, but it's still rocking. Okay? We had a large earthquake here just 2 weeks ago. Pasadena is still rocking. These are aftershocks from that large earthquake here just 2 weeks ago. Go still further southeast here. This is Pomona, California, a 1.3 tremor. Further southeast is Ontario. This is San Bernardino County. This is a 1.2 tremor here in Ontario, California. Okay? We go out here on the east side of the San Andreas Fault. This is Yucaipa, 12 kilometers northeast of Yucaipa, California. This is a 0.9 microquake, 7 kilometers deep. We go further south here. Bella Vista, California, 0.5. This particular quake is on the El Sonor Fault. I'm sorry, not the El Sonor, it's on the San Jacinto Fault. This is San Diego County now, Fallbrook, California, a 0.8 microquake. Further continuing down the San Jacinto, Anza, California, the Anza Brego Desert area, northeast San Diego County. 0.5 tremor here and a 0.9 1.0 tremor here, La Quinta, California. Again, out here, it's the Anza Brego Desert State Park. Further south over here in the Imperial Valley, just west of Salton City. Just west of Salton City. This is a 1.1 tremor. South of there, Ocotillo Wells, a 1.0 tremor here. Almost straight west here. Almost straight west, Borrego Springs. This is a 0.8 microquake. Ocotillo Wells here, 0.7. Just to the east there, a 1.0 tremor here. This is Imperial Valley. Then we go further down into the Imperial Valley and we have these earthquakes here. This is Holtville, California. This is where the Salton Sea Desert Research Station is. This is a 1.3 tremor and this is a 1.4. Earthquakes down here in Holtville. Now they are not showing all the earthquakes here. If I pulled up the seismograms for this Imperial Valley area, there would be earthquakes all over the Imperial Valley. There are sometimes over 200 earthquakes here every day. 200 earthquakes down here in the Imperial Valley every day. USGS is saying there's only 233 earthquakes worldwide. What a joke. The Imperial Valley itself has over 200 earthquakes here every day. And we've already been around the world showing you this map. There's probably closer to 1,000 earthquakes worldwide. And the USGS is not coming anywhere close to being honest with us, telling us what's going on. Southwestern Texas. We always are having earthquakes here. Oil and gas earthquakes. There are swarms of earthquakes here, as you can see. That's a 2.0 minor earthquake here. This is a 2.0 minor earthquake here. 2.1 here. 2.0 Mentone, Texas. A 2.7 here in Mentone, Texas as well. Oil and gas earthquakes. This is also 35 kilometers west-southwest of Mentone. This is a 2.0 earthquake here. Earthquakes here courtesy of the red, white, and blue oil and gas pumping operations. We come further east over here. Midland, Texas. Central Texas. This is a 2.1 earthquake. This is a 1.5. 29 kilometers southeast of Midland. Down here is Crane, Texas. C-R-A-N-E, Texas. 2.0 earthquake. All these are oil and gas earthquakes, fracking earthquakes. One more stop here. This is Georgia. Actually, no. This is not Georgia. This is southern Texas. I'm sorry. This is a 2.2 earthquake. Tilden, Texas. 2.2 earthquake in Tilden, Texas. Also another oil and gas earthquake. Now there's one more earthquake I want to tell you about over in Georgia. This is northwestern Georgia. This is a 2.5 earthquake here. Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Okay? Look where it's at. It's on the southern side of the earthquake fault. The southern side of the Continental Divide. The Eastern Continental Divide. A 2.5 earthquake here. As I've said before, there are more earthquakes here on the Continental Divide than they even want to talk about. They will never tell us exactly what's going on here. We know, because the Atlantic plate is pushing on the North American plate. Canada, US, and Mexico is being pushed in a south-southwesterly direction. That's why we're having earthquakes here. Any question about earthquakes or anything else tonight? I've literally taken you on a tour of the world. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Earthquakes and volcanoes. I think there's a couple more things I want to talk to you about, so I'm going to get out of this particular application here with earthquakes. I want to talk to you about a couple other things. The sun. Good old sun. The sun is erupting, guys. I'm only going to give you a brief synopsis of what's happening on the sun. I want to pull up, just for kicks and giggles, I want to pull up the solar activity. Watch what happens here. You're seeing two different eruptions from the sun. Both of these solar CMEs happened on the backside of the sun, completely opposite of the Earth. Look at that. CMEs, huge CMEs. If these had been Earth-facing, the Earth would be in a lot of trouble. Okay? Two powerful coronal mass ejections ripped from the sun yesterday and one today. Both of these CMEs were, and each was from a different source beyond the solar limb, on the other side of the sun. The CME on September 1st, not Earth-directed, each was a CME from a different source. Two different sunspots. Two different sunspots. The CME that went and erupted on September 1st was measured at over 1,200 kilometers per second. That's that's 2,500,000 miles per hour. 2,500,000 miles per hour. That was associated with one solar flare. And it peaked at moderate levels. That solar flare CME peaked at moderate levels. 2,500,000 miles per hour. Incredible. The suspected source has been a region called 3813. A far-sighted burst out at similar speeds earlier on September 3rd today. The source region is unknown. Since these CMEs are quite energetic, as they led enhancements in solar energetic particles here on the Earth. Enhanced energetic particles here at the Earth. Yet these CMEs were on the backside of the Sun. As a result of these two CMEs, the United States government, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, issued minor solar radiation storm alerts. An S1 minor solar radiation alert. Earlier today, 0800 UTC, something exploded on the far side of the Sun. It was a big one. The SOHO coronagraphs detected a bright halo CME flying almost directly away from the Earth. Almost directly away from the Earth. The sunspot that the halo CME ejected was not at the time rotated to Earth facing, but now it is rotated to Earth facing. Let's take a look at that rotation. I want to show you this. This is incredible. Let me bring that up. This is down here on the south side of the Sun here. Sunspot 3813. Sunspot 3813. This just rotated into view this afternoon. But this is where they thought one of those CMEs launched from. Now it's closer to Earth facing. Now, if this erupted today, it would only give us a glancing blow at the Earth. But this is going to be Earth facing the rest of the week. So if this sunspot or the other sunspot erupts, guess what? We will have a CME eruption. We will have a solar storm. We will have electronic portions, radiation, plasma radiation coming towards us. Okay? That's what's going on. I wanted to explain this for you because nobody else is going to. Mark Wages may come on the air tonight. I fully expect Mark Wages to come on the air tonight with Wages World. Wages World is a YouTube version of our channel, solely showing solar radiation. So when Mark Wages comes on the air, tune in to Wages World. Tune in to Wages World. Wages World is a great program. Wages World is a great program, and I urge you, all of you, to go and show his channel some love and watch what he has to say. He's an expert when it comes to solar activity. One more thing I forgot to talk about last night. What else happens on Labor Day? What else usually has happened on Labor Day before now? Can anybody give me an idea what has happened on Labor Day? This man here, Jerry Lewis, died quite some time ago. Jerry Lewis was an entertainer. He was very much an entertainer. Jerry Lewis provided us with a lot of laughs. On Labor Day, Jerry Lewis also did a lot of other things for people. He provided an MDA telethon. the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. Jerry Lewis raised money, millions of dollars, for MDA. I can't tell you how proud I was for a while knowing that I was helping MDA. Years and years I went and helped MDA. I was proud to do it. Jerry Lewis helped a lot of people. He helped families. Like I said, he raised millions of dollars for muscular dystrophy research. Now, I don't like him personally. I saw some things happen towards the end of his life that I didn't appreciate. But in San Diego, when I was there for 2 different years helping the MDA telethon in San Diego. I loved the MDA telethon. Unreal. I loved Jerry Lewis for a long time. He was a great comedian, a great entertainer. I loved what he did for the children. Most families will be forever grateful for what he did for the Muscular Dystrophy Association and for the children and the research. God bless him. God bless his soul. I appreciate all of you tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. You provide me entertainment. You provide me with an outlet to show you what's going on, because nobody else is going to do it. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Most of you are my friends. Most of you are my family as well. Juby Joe says also do BP Earthwatch. Yes, I like BP Earthwatch, okay? I do. Juby Joe says he loved Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. Exactly. Those guys were inseparable. I watched those guys as they grew old. Dean Martin died a long time ago from alcohol poisoning. But Dean Martin was a great comedian as well. God rest their souls. I appreciate all of you being here tonight. I appreciate your support. Please also support us over on Venmo and PayPal. We'd appreciate any support you give us. Also, I would love to see more cards and letters. I share the cards and letters with my wife. She loves the cards and letters as well. Demon Campman just put up our post office box. 104 North Green Street, Box 105, Morganton, North Carolina. Zip code is 28655. You have our PayPal addresses and you'll have our Venmo addresses also in the top part of our program description. So please go there. We'd love to hear from you. God bless you guys. God bless you. We love you. My wife is talking to our daughter right now. Our daughter was calling on Instagram here. That's why you heard that little jingle there. She was calling on Instagram to talk to us. So I'm going to join that conversation in just a few minutes. I love you. May God bless you. I want to share with you a thought, okay? This thought comes from my Sunday school class on Sunday. Sean Douglas said this in 2021. Doubt is an enemy of faith and joy. Just as warm ocean water is a breeding ground for hurricanes, doubt is a breeding ground for spiritual hurricanes. Just as belief is a choice, so is doubt. When we choose to doubt, we choose to be acted upon, yielding power to the adversary, thereby leaving us weak and vulnerable. Just as hurricanes weaken over land, doubt is replaced with faith. As we build our foundation in Jesus Christ, we are then able to see spiritual hurricanes in their proper perspective. Our capacity to overcome them is enlarged. Then when the devil shall send forth his mighty winds, yea, his shafts in the whirlwind, it shall have no power over us, no power to drag us down to the gulf of misery or endless woe, because of the rock upon which our faith is built, a sure, solid foundation in Jesus Christ. May God bless you. May God bless and be with you this day and always. I love you all. I enjoy our time together. I thank Jimmy, Juby Joe, Don, Demon Catman, Richard Smith, and all the rest of you for being here tonight. I want to thank those who have supported our channel here tonight as well. God bless you. We appreciate all of your support and love. It means a lot to us. It means the world to my wife and I. Heidi Petrick, thank you for that $20 super chat. Thank you all for your donations to PayPal and to Venmo, and also to our P.O. Box. God be with you always. God be with you until we meet again. We will see you on the other side. Have a good night, everybody. Much love.